I just wanted to make a little video so I could have a talk with whoever really wants to listen. I want to give everybody who doesn't know me a chance to kind of get to know why I paint and why I do what I do and why it's so important to me. For a long time, I've been going through a lot of things. I can recount all the little things, that's fine. The short list is we can start with a heart attack, a widowmaker heart attack when I was 36 years old, from giving up on myself. I went from being a fit, healthy young man to just for some reason life beat me down and I lost hope even though I had a wife and children and friends and a home. I gave up. I couldn't leave my past behind me. And it almost cost me my life. It also changed it. The last words I spoke to that doctor, Dr. Murdoch was his name, I kept telling him over and over again, I can't die. I've got kids and they need me. That single thought drove me. And I had one of those crazy experiences people sometimes talk about. It wasn't that light at the end of the tunnel, it was something wholly other. Maybe I'll talk about it some other time, but it's not why we're here right now. We move on a few years and things it seems to me they're getting better. I'm working out, lost a bunch of weight, taking care of the kids. I'm doing better. I'm working. Longest I held on a job. Felt good. I was reliable. I was strong. And then it's been about 5, 6 years ago now. 3 days before my best friend's wedding, I started to feel the first sensations of what I would come to know as ulnar neuropathy. I thought. It's come to turn out it's a lot more complicated than that. I'm a diabetic and I'm an idiot. I eat crap I shouldn't, and I get on myself about it all the time. And I try. I really do. I try to do better. But it caused a lot of damage, as well as just the life I led and things I'd endured. But it also turned out that there were issues with my spine that were beginning. And it turned out that it was damage to the spinal cord and pressure on the spinal cord, which I still deal with. But what it would turn out to be is just a couple of years later, I would go to the doctors about the pain, and they would run test after test. And then they'd end up doing an MRI. And it turned out that, in the doctor's own words, the discs in my neck were destroyed. He gave it maybe a couple of weeks before I ended up paralyzed or dead. And that was if I got lucky. It was that bad. There were spots on my spinal cord from the discs damaging it, which aggravated the problems in my arms. It also caused all the muscles and nerves in my body to start getting really messed up. Now, hear me out. Okay, all this right before my anniversary, I went in and had my neck rebuilt from the C3 all the way to the C7 on my anniversary. Happy anniversary, right, honey? I had to make videos before I went in case something went wrong for my loved ones. But I came out and I woke up. And despite struggles, I survived. All this, well, it turns out carrying a... You can't make this stuff up. In my right foot, I started having what appeared to be a wart or some sort of infection there. Okay, go to the doctors. Yeah, no biopsies run, nothing. Show it to my friends. Oh, it looks like a plantar's wart. For a year and a half, I went through this. A year and a half, documented. A year and a half. Kept complaining about my foot. Now, mind you, this whole time, I'm walking, I'm exercising. I was still going to the, gym, trying to get cardio at least. I was going for walks. I was doing stuff. I even hiked. My dog and I went everywhere together. It was, turns out, insane. I think I'm Deadpool. Because it turned out that I was carrying around a 2-inch long toothpick in my foot, as well as a thankfully non-contagious staph infection that whole time. For a year and a half. The doctor who removed it did so in an exploratory surgery just to discover what it was, and said it was definitely in his top 5 craziest things he's ever pulled from a human body list. All this while dealing with a hell of a lot more issues than I care to list. The point is, the reason I do what I do is because all this damage has led to my hands not working right. I drop things all the time. My hands swell up. My joints lock up. My nerves, they're shot. I have spasms constantly. I am in constant agony. Anyone who knows me can attest to this. I'm in more pain than I care to share with anyone. Because it's my cross to bear. But for some reason, I've endured all that. I'm still here. I'm still trying to do good things. And for some reason, when I pick up that paintbrush, when I pick up that knife, when I grab that palette, or I mix those pigments, when I'm creating, it allows me to focus on something other than the pain. It allows me to mentally channel all of that agony and make it go away for a while. And I put it out on those canvases. Every painting I've made, no matter how amateur, no matter how lousy it may look, no matter how weird it is, how much it may glow, no matter how cool it may look, whatever. It was made as a reflection of what I was going through. I have a lot of problems like anybody else, but I want to show that there's hope. Because, trust me, it's gotten that bad. But it gets better. You just have to wait. You have to be patient. And sometimes you gotta make it get better. Some things are meant to be.